Have you guys watched Shang and the Legend of the Ten Rings? I'm actually a huge Marvel fan and a martial artist, so the movie was just amazing. Today's video is going to be top 5 scenes that I thought was very interesting from a karate sensei's point of view. So let's get started with the video. Hi guys, I'm Yusuke, a karate coach in Japan, and thank you so much for checking out today's video. So let's start with the first scene. Alright, so the first scene is when Shang is fighting some guys on the bus. I think this was at the beginning of the movie when the guys are trying to get his necklace. So let's watch the scenes. Okay, and then I think he starts off with a punch to the stomach with a vertical fist, tateken, boom. Okay, let's break this scene down. This scene was actually, I was pretty impressed by the actor's way he punched. So notice he's first keeping his body straight and then he moves in with the pullback hand. See how the pullback hand went from here to back here? That's a good indication that he's wrapping the hand all the way back here. Usually, people pull just straight back, but the fact that he pulled all the way back, wrapped his hand around was a very good point. The fact that he's doing this is not so good. However, I think it's still good. And the way he got low here was also a very good point in this scene. The way he made the fist, very nice. The pullback hand is all the way back. I mean, the guy wouldn't fly off that easily, but still, I think that's a very good indication that he knows how to move his body. Okay, from here, I think he does like a back fist strike. Oh no, elbow to the back, and then a lock. I wish I can do these scenes. These look so fun to do. Here, the next scene is this elbow strike from here. He does, and then boom, boom, here. So let's break this scene down. From here, usually, in a karate kind of elbow strike, you have this upper motion. You see these in katas such as Niju Shiho, Gankaku, and those katas. We hit the opponent with the edge, this point of the elbow, up. However, I've seen Chinese martial arts, especially wushu, they don't, well, I'm pretty sure they have something like this as well, but it's more like a body attack with this end. So they don't bring this up, they just transfer the weight from one spot to the other, and the elbow just works as like a pointer. So I would say this one would be, I guess, like in between those. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I am correct on that point. And then these are some of like a wushu-ish with a back fist strike. I mean, I love this movie, so please go watch it. The techniques were very on point. Okay, moving on, still on the bus fighting. Boom, boom, boom. And then, this one. This was good because look, he does a back fist strike here. And look how close he goes to the head. That's a very good, also a very good point that he can control his arm all the way there. Usually when you see fighting scenes, especially these on Hollywood, they would play around with the angle so that the actors looks like they are actually hitting. But in this case, maybe that's the stunt guy or himself, but you can see how he's actually going here. And the way he flexes the arm, he doesn't keep it straight. He gets the elbow out and then gets the fist out. So that's a very good point as well. Oh, that is actually him. He must have trained like crazy. And then boom. Look, he got them right on the face. That's a lot of practice there. I mean, I don't think anybody would play it this slowly. So it would be okay if the kick goes here and here on the chest, but boom, actually on the face. Wow. Very nice, very nice. And then this scene, very flexible body. And then, this was what I was very impressed about. I'm pretty sure they're using wires and stuff. However, this kick is very similar to the kick you see in unsu. On unsu, you jump at the end, and then right now in katas, you touch the arm with the legs. However, the original meaning of that was to jump up, kick the chest, and then gain your distance. So this kick and the kick of unsu is very similar. I think the ideology behind jumping up, kicking, and then escaping is very similar. So now moving on to the scene, Shang-Chi versus his father. So this scene right here, this is not a long scene, but the father gets the 10 rings, and this one, okay, first scene. So Shang-Chi gets ready for the fighting scene. The way he dropped his shoulder down and he is focusing on the lat muscles, I think he trained that through Tai Chi, because I saw in an interview that he trained a little bit of Tai Chi before shooting this one. This is a very good indication that he's not relying on the shoulders for the action scenes. It's all coming from the back. If you'd like to learn more about the lat muscle usage, please watch this video from up above. But that's a very good way to settle down your weight. And then from here, it goes into a very fighting scene. Okay, this one. This is my second one. So, first, let's focus on the Shang-Chi's motion. So, the goal for Shang-Chi on this scene is to get the weight from here to the back, right? He wants to pull the rings towards him. So, he lunges forward and then moves the weight back. The fact that he is able to use this knee to push out the weight to this leg is very nice. Also, you notice how the leg is sliding as well. That transfers the weight, and he rotates the hips slightly too. So I'm pretty sure they were using actual wires to show this scene, but this is a very good scene. The weight is settling on the floor as well, so he's not jumping up. That's also a good indication of his weight moving backwards. However, if you take a look at the father's, the way he pulls back, he switches the leg. See? At this point, both legs are up on the air. That's why, at the end, Shang-Chi is pulling a little bit closer to him. So, in martial arts, you never want to leave both legs off of the floor. Either one is on the floor. So, this is a very martial art that you can actually see in the movie. Maybe I'll be like the first one that analyzed Shang-Chi to this level. Okay, the next scene is his Shang-Chi versus his sister. Let's focus on the kicks here. Okay, this kick. So, this is a short scene that I was able to take. But this kick is like a mixture of Western mashigiri, roundhouse kicks, and a Chinese roundhouse kick. Let's see the reason why. In Chinese kicks, I noticed they get their legs straight. I went to Inami-san's Tai Chi class before, and Min-san's wushu class. Both of these classes, what I was surprised was the way they kicked. In Tai Chi, when they did the leg exercises, they kept the leg straight, and then they did like a wiping kind of kick. In wushu too, they kick like for front kicks too. They kept the leg straight and kicked up. However, in Western kinds of kicks, you would chamber the leg, or not even Western, but like karate or taekwondo kicks, you would chamber the leg. You would get the knees up. In this scene, she gets the knee up, and then she snaps the kick. From here, if you do taekwondo, karate, or like kickboxing, you would get the knee back down. Bend it back. But however, from here, she wiped it. So this was more of like a Chinese, I would say, way of kicking. And I think the reason why was that she was, how she's turning back. So she was probably aiming for this kick afterwards, but the scene cut right after. So this was a very like a mixture of the two types of kicking, the roundhouse kick, and of course the flexibility of this actor. It's crazy. He must have trained like so much. Okay, now moving on to the next scene. This was the teenage years of Shang-Chi. So I think this is going to be a spoiler, I think. So within the trailer itself, the scenes were never mentioned as Shang-Chi's teenage years, but in the movie, Shang-Chi, I think this was when he was like 14. That was the setting. So he's fighting, or I guess training, and boom, boom, boom. The scene I was surprised by was this stick hitting thing. So first scene, the stick was aimed at the shoulder right here. Not the bone, the muscles. This is something very similar to what they do in Okinawa. with the slapping, right? Using naihanchi, the kata of naihanchi and sanchin. I think you've seen it in my Yusuke and Okinawa videos. So this was a very good aim. However, the second aim, I think was inaccurate here. So these two guys hit the bone, the ribs. And I think what it meant to be was here, the lat muscles. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure in China too, they would aim for the muscle to remind them that, they are using the muscles. But in this one, this was the ribs. So if you do Chinese martial arts, let me know. But I'm pretty sure I am correct on this note. Yeah, and then, okay, the next scene, the last scene for today is going to be ninja versus Shang-Chi. First, I'd like to say, before going into the actual scene, that this is not a ninja. So there's a close-up, okay, of him. So the thing he's wearing, I guess, is like a ninja-inspired costume. I'm pretty sure it wasn't this fancy, but still, I mean, I can see that they're aiming for a ninja kind of thing. But the face painting, this is a kabuki. Kabuki is a Japanese theatrical acting. And yeah, so this is something they only do in kabuki. And then this is a chonmage, which is like a samurai thing. So it's like samurai plus ninja plus kabuki divided by 3, which makes no sense, to be honest. But I guess, Asian culture, right? So let's go into the action scene. The ninja tries to get away. However, Shang-Chi stops him and goes into a fighting scene. Okay, this is a knife action, basically. Goes in, runs in. Okay, first, wow, what a kick. Boom. Oh, it was not a kick, like a random spin. And then, so this way of jumping around and fighting was a lot different from how they, fought on the bus, right? So the actor must have trained in a lot of different ways. Okay, that was a nice one. Closing both arms using the opponent's arm, and then going into the strike. Nice. Boom. Okay, this was a nice one. So this was the highlight of this scene from my perspective. So he goes for like a stab using this motion. However, Shang-Chi uses a very traditional Chinese block of this kick. Look at that. That's beautiful. So the actor gets his knee up, right, to gain the momentum, and then snaps the tip of the leg, so the ankle, the heavy part, straight. That gives in the extra momentum. So the weight traveled from the stem leg to the thigh, and then like a whip, he got this up, and the power transferred to the edge of the leg. This is very, very nice one. And the fact that he blocked here and not even the arm or the forearm, not even the forearm, I think that was the wrist, is a super good aim to have. If you want to block anything in martial arts, or if you like to, parry a punch, you want to do that to the tip of the arm. This is the lightest part. It's not here. This is the heavier part. This is lighter. So any block, when you do like a uchi, uke, age, uke, you aim for the opponent's wrist. Same thing for here, right? So nice aim, nice body usage, and then he would, I guess, use that momentum to sweep it out. Man, that's super high level. And then goes in for, okay, this elbow strike was different from Shang-Chi's elbow strike on the train, on the bus. Shang-Chi's elbow strike was this way, this guy was this way. So a little bit of difference here, variance. And then boom, very athletic. Grabs the one, boom, boom, boom. While watching the scene, I thought the ninja was gonna do like an arm lock. However, Shang-Chi escaped that. Or I guess the ninja, it's a movie, so let go of the arm and then move into a block attack. So yeah, that was basically it for today's reaction/analysis video. I think I'm like the first one that broke down this movie in such detail from a martial art perspective. So please share with your friend or anybody who does martial arts or anybody who has watched Shang-Chi to show the significance of this movie. And if you'd like to watch my other movie reaction videos, then please watch these. And I teach karate online, so please check it out from here, private and group lessons. And don't forget to subscribe for more karate or martial art related content. See you guys in the next video.